When you're growing up, you don't realize that you have leadership abilities. And I first discovered them when I took a gap year and worked in my father's panel beating shop. Then you had this huge responsibility of looking after your father's business. That's when I realized that there was a leader in me. And from that time, I knew also what I wanted to do, that I wanted to be a chartered accountant. And I had clear direction in terms of following that career. And I did articles in a big accounting firm. And I had a rare opportunity of being offered a partnership very early in my career as an accountant. And I toyed with the idea for a little bit, because it was a huge opportunity. I was 29 years old being offered a partnership in a big international firm. But I soon realized that I had my own dream. I wanted to have my own accounting firm. And if I accept this opportunity, I will never know as a black person whether I could ever do it. Effective leadership was the really only catalyst that ensured that I could grow my firm from just myself and a PA to what became the largest indigenous firm in Africa with 24 offices around the continent. Putting together the merger was the biggest challenge of my life. As an entrepreneur in South Africa, I wanted to do big things, and a merger was the only opportunity that we could have to put together two medium-sized black firms so that we could have an immediate large accounting firm. Now, when you go through a merger, you are being told all the time that 80% of mergers fail. And you took the step knowing that there was this big challenge and there was no room for failure. Because if we had failed, we would have disappointed not just ourselves, but black professionals and the country generally. When you go into a merger, you can't anticipate all the challenges that you will face. And that merger challenged me to the core as a leader. The biggest frustration really is our lack of self-awareness as leaders. It's just people not being aware of the kind of impact that they have. And also, people don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to go inwards to look at themselves. So they always wait until there's sort of a crisis that forces them to look inwards. We had assumed that culture would not be a big problem because as two black accounting firms, we've worked together before, we have a shared history. But the way we led our businesses was completely different. And it was such a challenge to melt the two cultures together to have a successful merger. I must say the merger contributed a lot in increasing my self-awareness as a person. And I found that even my leadership style at home completely changed. I became more sensitive to my children because, as a single mother, I had so much pressure, and I didn't realize how much of that, the pressure that I had at work, how much of it I was bringing at home. It was just such a profound experience to see how my own journey impacted my own children. Our purpose in Nkululeko Leadership is to enhance leadership capability so that we can accelerate the socio-economic development of the continent. And we realized that we have to have an integrated approach to leadership. Our whole philosophy is integrating leadership, strategy, and culture. And what we actually focus on is to make sure that the whole team from all the levels within the organization are aligned. Our approach is to co-create solutions that fit our clients. You will actually see the touch points of our integrated approach in the way we have designed our service offering. And also the biggest challenge in South Africa and also the continent is execution. Because we come up with, creative ideas which are not fully implemented because we don't attend to the execution. Our passion is to enable execution. My hopes for Nkululeko Leadership is that we will contribute to the transformation of the African leadership brand, which will contribute to the socio-economic transformation of the continent.